Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly oracle card reading. And for this reading, I'm using the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And I just want to get a little insight into the upcoming week and see what kind of energies are going to be coming up for us, how we can make the most of those energies, and if there's any issues that we're dealing with at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first card, which represents the beginning of the week. Okay, we've got Artemis, and she is the guardian, and the message on the card says, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So I feel like the message here is all about the importance of feeling safe. And this isn't about necessarily like being safe. This sounds kind of weird, but there is a difference between being safe and feeling safe, because you can be perfectly safe and still feel very fearful and very unsafe. So this is about focusing on feeling safe. I feel like the message of this card is that you are safe. So now it's time to focus on feeling safe. And this can look very different for different people. So the first thing that jumps into my mind is this could be about feeling safe in your own body, so feeling comfortable in the body that you're in, feeling comfortable in your own skin. It could also mean just feeling safe in your home, so creating surroundings that make you feel safe. But I feel like a lot of this has to do with feeling safe expressing who you are. So this could be related to maybe starting your own website and like kind of putting your name out there. Maybe you're starting a business or something, or maybe even like you're writing a book, or you're doing some kind of art that's going to be out there, and that makes you feel very nervous and like you want to kind of retreat, and that's kind of a protective mechanism. So I think when it comes to creativity, a lot of us have a fear of creating something and putting it out in the world because we have that fear of being criticized, or, people might not like it. So this is all about feeling confident in what you're doing, what you're creating, and basically just focusing on doing what you need to do in order to feel safe while you're expressing yourself or being yourself. So saying what you mean, maybe asking for things that you need. Sometimes some of us feel unsafe when we do that. So I feel like that's kind of the theme actually for the whole week, is getting comfortable being who we are, asking for what we want, and putting our creations out into the world. So moving forward into the middle of the week, we've got Athena, another strong goddess, and she's all about inner wisdom, and her message is, you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. And I love the owl here. To me, the owl represents that old, very wise part of ourselves, or sort of our intuition, or our higher selves. And it's interesting because I'm looking at the animal in this card, which is looks like a young deer. And that's I always see deer as being very vulnerable. That's a very vulnerable, gentle animal. And then here we have the owl, who it is more, I feel like the owl is just more wise. And so it feels like, here when I talked about feeling safe, we have that vulnerable deer, and then moving into the week, it's all about tapping into our inner wisdom and recognizing ourselves as having that inner wisdom. So if you feel tempted to ask others' opinions or advice, know that you can also tap into your own inner wisdom. And I feel like I just said this in maybe I said this in the last week's reading, I can't remember. But there's definitely that need for us to recognize that part of ourselves that's very wise. So if you're trying to make a decision right now, know that you have the answers and that you know what you need to do. And so it's just a matter of consulting yourself and trusting your wisdom and your instincts. Okay, so moving on to the end of the week and the weekend, we've got Cordelia. her message is go outside. You have been indoors too long, go outside and get some fresh air, which is a nice card to get in the weekend, you know, as long as it's good weather. But I feel like there's something deeper with this card. It's not just, you know, go outside and be in nature. I feel like there's something that happens to us energetically when we go outside, especially if you're somewhere like a park or by the ocean. I mean, this card shows her by the ocean and there's shells and stuff, or the garden, somewhere that's really beautiful and full of plants and life. I feel like something happens to us energetically, like we take in more oxygen, and it almost feels like your DNA is like evolving or something when you're out in the forest breathing in all that fresh air. I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks that. Maybe that's a little bit crazy to say that, but there's something that does happen to us energetically when we surround ourselves, you know, with the beauty of nature. So that's an important thing to do this weekend. In fact, that's all you need to do this weekend, is just get outside and get some fresh air. So taking a quick step back at these cards, I feel like this is going to be a good week for us. Like it's almost like an easy week, like a vacation week, sort of. You know, with the first card, with you know, it's all about feeling safe, but it's also about knowing what you want. And if you see, she's got her bow and arrow pulled back, so it's like she's, you know, making her mark. She's, you know, focusing on what it is that she wants. So I feel like the message this week isn't just about, you know, feeling safe and tapping into your own inner wisdom, but it's about being really specific in where you direct your energies. And the more specific you are, the easier it is to make decisions. So that's where, you know, the owl and Athena comes in with inner wisdom, is about, you know, making decisions, making choices. And I think you can make better decisions, better choices if you feel safe, you feel confident, and you know what you want, and you know what direction you're going in. Which is, you know, easier said than done. Some people have an easier time with that than others. I struggle with that myself quite a bit. But if this is something that you're struggling with, go outside. Like this card says, go outside, walk it off, do some yoga in the park, go spend some time, you know, sitting at the beach, just watching the waves. And that's going to really shake up your energy in a good way, and it will help you release any blocks that you've got, and it will just help you sort of figure things out. So that has been your weekly oracle card reading. My name is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and thank you so much for watching.